Hi everyone, welcome to my art development series. If this is your first time here, my name is Andrew Loren, and this is a series that I'm doing where I kind of document my everyday process as an artist and how I think about growing as an artist. A while ago I noticed on YouTube there's a lot of content on how to do things, and especially in drawing, like how to draw this, how to draw this, how to learn anatomy, how to learn about the figure, and not enough series that are just kind of talking about that everyday struggle, everyday grind, of just practicing, and having some development. And so what I did today was I'll back up actually a little bit. So one of the things that I've talked about a lot in my videos is coming up with a structured plan for practice. It's one thing to sit down and just draw kind of whatever you want or whatever inspires you during the day, and of course that's always better than doing nothing. I like this expression that I've heard about workouts, which is the worst workout is the one you didn't do, and I think the same exact thing applies to sketching. The worst drawing session you did, or the worst drawing session is the one you didn't do. So always better to do a drawing session than to not do it. But I often try and think about, having a more structured practice. And one of the people that really influenced me is Jeffrey Watts, who runs the Watts Atelier. And one of the ways that he talks about structuring his weekly practice is, or at least for like the students at the Watts Atelier, is that they do some portion of the week, they'll practice the figure, some portion of the week, they'll practice the portrait, and then they're also practicing some combination of drawing and painting. And for him, I think he said he believes in a ratio of like 60 to 40, 60% drawing, 40% painting, or 70-30, something like that. I believe he said, like, if you have 5 days of practice, one or two of them would be painting and the rest would be drawing. Right now I'm almost doing 100% drawing, and though really want to do a painting soon. Really want to do it. So hopefully that's coming. It's just like a matter of I need to, get the space and the time to do it. What I was saying is, yeah, so this week I practiced a lot of, or last week I practiced a lot of figure. So I did, 3 or 4 big figure drawing sketches at home. Every Tuesday I do a 3-hour session at the Art Students League of New York where I do figure drawing. So I realized it was time to get the portrait in. And also, one of the things that I haven't done in a while is a master study. So I thought, okay, why not combine the two of these? And I had been scrolling through my phone and I found a screenshot of the drawing that I have in the video here. I wish I remembered who the artist is, and it's kind of bad of me to be putting this, to be doing a master copy of this without knowing who the original artist is. But unfortunately, I cannot find it. And please check the description below if you're watching this at a later date and I have updated it, because as soon as I come across this again, or I recognize who the artist is, or where I find this again, I will 100% tag them in the description below. So yeah, please let me know, or I'll put it in a comment or something like that. But anyway, this is kind of a portrait that is like a little bit of a different style than I'm used to doing. It's a little bit kind of sketchier, a little bit looser, and I think it was done, my guess is that it was done with some kind of thin graphite on paper, just based on how thin the lines are. So me working in charcoal, immediately my copy is going to feel a little bit different. I'm, on the one hand, I'm practicing I'm practicing the portrait, what I know of the portrait. On the other hand, I'm trying to kind of interpret some of the decisions made by the artist. And then on the other hand, I'm also working with my own set of mediums. So I kind of have my own duties for how I want to make this kind of, look like a good drawing, let's say. And so one of the things that I wanted to say about this, or that I was thinking about, is when I started doing this, I was actually trying to draw mostly from imagination. So in the sense that, normally maybe when I'm doing a drawing from a reference, my eyes on the reference constantly. It would actually be great to measure like how much, but it's really mostly on the reference. You're very, until I get to the later stage of the drawing, I'm almost exclusively looking at the reference. But when I was doing this, I kind of took a second, soaked in the reference, soaked in the proportions and kind of the orientation, and then I tried to begin my entire lay-in via imagination. And there's a couple reasons to do this. First of all, training imagination is amazing. It's really helpful in kind of like taking some of your drawing to the next level, I've found. And actually, I would like to do more figure drawings by imagination, which is kind of like, a whole nother level, being able to get all the proportions correct and the anatomy correct without looking at a reference. I haven't drawn yet today, so maybe I'll actually do one of those today. It'll be uploaded, who knows, this week, next week, let's see. But drawing of a figure in imagination, using imagination. I was trying to kind of do that at the beginning of this. And so that was kind of one thing I wanted to say about it. But then the second thing I wanted to say is that this was actually not really my most successful practice. And in the end, it wasn't that great of a drawing, which, you know, I've talked about this a lot too. The enlightened artist does not give a shit, does not care at all if your drawing is good or bad after a practice session. All you should care about is whether or not you succeeded in what you wanted to practice. And so when I sat down to practice, I think I combined too many different things at once. I combined a master study, portraiture, a new style, and then imagination. And so I can say the imagination part was kind of successful, but in terms of understanding a little bit more about a new style or about the master copy, I think there's some improvement that could be made. So anyway, I think that's about everything that I wanted to say for this video. So we will see each other again tomorrow for day 132. Let's see, I'll either pick something that I drew from last week, because I have a huge bank of videos on my phone, or maybe I'll even just skip ahead and do the figure imagination study. Let's see. But okay, have a great rest of your day. I hope this inspired you to draw today.